Good morning, class. My name is Luke. You can call me Lucky. And today, it's Tie Tuesday. And it's raining. And it's also not Tuesday. Look, Tie Tuesday isn't called Tie Tuesday because I record it on a Tuesday. It's called Tie Tuesday because I release it on a Tuesday. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I limit myself to only record on a Tuesday? That doesn't benefit the viewer. The viewer benefits from the consistency knowing that Tie Tuesday comes out on a Tuesday. And the consistency that they know that I'm going to talk about ties. And today, the tie that I'm wearing is simply called Cityscape. I call it simply, but it's actually a very complex tie. It's actually a very nice tie. There's a pretty nice story behind it as well. So, right now, you can look at the tie, you can see it's black and white, monochrome. It's a very, I like to think it's a very stylish tie. It displays a cityscape from an isometric perspective, and the quality of the fabric is quite nice. This, like many of the ties that I own, was a gift. A gift from my ex-girlfriend. I'm just kidding. She wasn't really my girlfriend. We were like, I can't even say dating. I mean, I guess dating is the right word. We went on like 2 dates. And she got this for me for my birthday. And as the story goes, the way that she told me, this tie cost like upwards of $80. Or no, I think it was $60. $90. She told me that she read the number wrong, presumably because she misread the 9 as a 6 because it was upside down. But that also doesn't make sense because who spends $60 on a tie? Anyways, the point is this tie was very expensive. But I cherish it. Not because it was expensive, but because it was a gift. And I cherish most, if not all, of the ties that I receive as gifts. I usually wear this tie with a matching monochrome outfit. Today I'm wearing gray with gray on a gray. Actually, everything I'm wearing today is gray. But yeah, appreciate the gifts that people give you. You know, they're a nice reminder of those moments in time in your friendship and your relationships with people, and generally good things. So, just, don't be a hoarder, but appreciate the things that you have. Today, I don't really have a topic prepared that isn't about ties. I picked up a new hobby. That's fun. The new hobby is leatherworking. I mean, it's a very small craft. I'm not making horse saddles or Noir bags. I don't know. I don't think that's a luxury brand. I think I just made up some French words. I'm not making the Louis Vuitton bags, I'm just making bags. I'm sorry, what am I saying? I'm not making bags at all. I'm making wallets. I'm making wallets and keychains. Basically anything that can fit in your hand. It's nice. I actually really like the craft, but I think that working with leather is really unforgiving. Oh. See you. Careful. Take care. Watch your back. Should have said that one. Watch out. She's so sweet. Anyway. Yeah, leather is a really unforgiving material. I mean, you scratch it and there's no unscratching it. There's other materials I think that are way more forgiving. Like fabric. Fabric is, first of all, super cheap. And it's very malleable. You can stretch that stuff out. You can fold it really easily. There's so much you can do to rectify your mistakes. Crocheting, I've seen my girlfriend just unravel her entire design and then just start over again. No consequences, no repercussions. You don't like it, you just undo. You can just Control Z your whole project. That's not fair. Leatherworking is You need to measure it out precisely. You need to die it once. You need to bevel it exactly. Like every time you strike the hammer or you strike any piece of it, like, you know, that stuff's dented permanently. It's very unforgiving. But the trade-off is that it's very durable and like it's very resilient and like it's a cool material, right? You see like people walking around with like a polyester string bag. You don't go, oh, that's cool. You go, oh, it's a polyester string bag. They probably picked it up off the ground or got it as a freebie at the gym. But you see someone with a leather bag and you're like, that's quality, right? That's excellence. That's what I am. Anyway, this leather hobby is real fun, and I'm kind of getting used to the tools at least. But again, it's kind of unforgiving. Every time I make a mistake, I gotta, if I can't use up the scraps to make something else, I mean, that's just like wasted. I don't want to say wasted. It's a lesson learned. I like that philosophy in my life generally, that nothing is wasted and oh, hello. See you. Having a tea party over there? I like that philosophy generally in my life, that nothing is wasted, nothing is useless. Even like people who I don't like at work, co-workers, colleagues, who I think are just absolutely like a waste of space, I still in some way will find a way to make their existence some sort of a benefit to my existence. Does that make sense? Right? Even if it's something as simple as like, that guy sucks, don't be like him, right? Then I can use bad people in my life as a benchmark for how well I'm doing. But also, don't knock it. A broken clock is right twice a day. Unless the clock is just behind like by a second, then you're just trailing the correct time forever. But at any rate, it is what it is. Alright, that's a pretty good topic, not related to ties. I'll leave it at that.